welcome to the Guru and the Other Guy. My name is Vinny. I'm your host. I'm your teacher. There's the other guy over there. He's a developer, top producer, a builder, a consultant, and you name it. And the two of us combined, we got about 80 years experience in the real estate investing business, and we're here to help you with your real estate investing career. We are the no bull crapola information zone. We are going to weed out all of the fake gurus out there in the market. We're going to get rid of them, and we're going to leave you guys with good, solid information. So we call ourselves the Guru and the Other Guy, and it's just kind of like we kind of make fun of the gurus. So we're anti-guru. We hate gurus, right, Guru? Okay.
Yes. Yes,
all right, Mr. Guru, what would you like to talk to about today?
Well, I just want to go over a few minutes. Something just came over.
Something's over the news. Okay.
This morning. It says here legislation would ban hedge funds from owning single family.
That is a great idea, because I got those pigs. I can't stand those pigs either. Go ahead. Sorry.
Well, if this is pushed through, they're going to have to sell off their single family homes, stiff penalties if they don't, and if they don't, then the penalties would go to first-time home buyers, because right now, just give me a second here. By 2030, the year 2030, institutional investors can control 40% of the single-family home rental market.
That's bad news, and I'm going to tell you why. I'm not a big fan of this. Now, listen, we live in America, and I'm a capitalist, and I believe in the free markets. However, when you have these hedge funds, and they've got unlimited amounts of funds, they can destroy the housing market with the pricing. Not only that, they can destroy the market, the rental market as well, because they own all these single families, and they control it. It's not a good thing, right? That is not for them to own close to 40% of the market. It's literally a monopoly. They can control the market, which is that's not free market capitalism as we know it, right? That's Mr. Bully on Wall Street being bullies, because they can honestly control the market. I'm not a fan of that.
Yeah, they're hedge funds, and they're using investors' money. It's like a boomerang. They're using people's money, which will hurt the public in the end.
In the end, it will.
That's the legislation.
Did it pass, or is it still is it ongoing?
No, they just introduced it.
I like it.
You know how it is, the House, and who are they going to agree?
Wow, that could take years.
So
that could take years to go through that. But whoever introduced the bill, do we know?
Well, it was.
Well, listen, I don't want to tell you my affiliation one way or the other, because I don't believe we talk about politics on the station. We never will, because we don't care what your politics are.
We won't.
Whoever introduced that bill, I applaud them. Democrat or Republican, I don't care. I applaud you because you're helping out the little man in this situation. Because when the big institutions own it, they can control the pricing, the housing pricing. It's very difficult. So
it makes it very difficult for especially buyers.
No doubt. Absolutely.
Buyers to get into the market.
Absolutely. I give that legislator, whoever it is, an A+, and I hope everybody jumps in on that, because literally those people can destroy the market, and that's a good thing for the little guy, for all of us, that the hedge funds don't own 40% of the market. So that's a good thing. All right, that's good news. I haven't heard that, but I'm glad I'm glad you brought that up, because that is if most people don't understand it, don't worry about it. Just know this: if that passes, that's a good thing for all the consumers out there. A very good thing. You believe that, Guru? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Monopolies are not
they're not.
Good for
they're not.
anything.
They're not. And I don't mind these guys making money in real estate. More power to you. But man, owning 40% of the housing market is not a good thing. So not a good thing for the little guys. So
No,
You
it's
know.
not.
All right, Guru,
No.
what do you want to talk about
Anyway.
next?
Well, I'm going to sit back because I know you're going to go
Why would I do that?
with this.
Why would I do that?
With the
Oh
the
my
sub
God.
two.
Oh my God. Oh my
You know,
God.
and I did some R&D because I didn't know about Mr.
Okay.
Pace, and I'll just give you my observations. And
So we
then
won't really
you can take it over because I know
Okay.
I know you're going to take
well,
it over.
listen, I have some
Um,
very strong feelings of subject to financing.
Well,
Strong feelings.
what I saw these buyers, the majority of the buyer or
Yep.
the sellers that they approached, they were less than a year or so
Right.
sellers, and they're young guys. There was a vet, and they're just, you know, when you're young, you get the
Yeah.
house. Okay, you have the house. You want to get the car, but then you start running
Yeah.
up the credit cards. Maybe the baby
Yeah.
comes along. All of a sudden, the debt is
Yeah.
overwhelming, and now you're not paying
Well-
your mortgage, or it's getting really hard.
Well, I want before you
So-
go on that, and if I do go on the rant, I want to say this.
Well, you will go.
All
I know
right.
you'll go
But
on the
I
rant. There's no
want to
doubt
say
about
this.
that.
Like that is when I was a mortgage broker for over 3 decades, and still to this day I teach my students this. I try to teach my sons this who are getting into the mortgage business. I don't like any individual going over a 33% debt to income ratio. Now, for those that don't know what that is, what it is you're going to add your mortgage payment, which is your PITI. Then you got to add all your debt together. And if that number, the number's 40%, they like to keep it 40 and under.
Was it?
It used to,
that
that used to be the front end ratio. 28 was the front end, which is what it used to be back in the day, in your day. There was a front end ratio, so let me explain to the folks. To qualify for a loan, any loan, now I'm going to go back a little bit because back in the day when I started out and when the Guru was in it, there used to be 2 ratios. They used to call it a front end ratio, where it would be your principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. Divide that by your gross monthly income, and that had to be 28% or less. So your PITI divided by your gross monthly income, 28% or less. Then the second, what they call a back end ratio, that was your PITI, your mortgage payment. Then they added up all your monthly debt. Now I'm not talking about cell phones and water bills and electric bills. Talking about stuff that you signed for, credit cards, card payments, student loans, that type of debt. So you add that together, okay? So your PITI plus all your debts, and then you divide that by your gross monthly income, and that number had to be, back in the day, 38% or less. Now they increased it to 40%. I've seen 50, 55% get approved. Now you got to remember, this is pre-tax. So you could go to 50%, get a loan with all your debt. Then you got to add your taxes. But then I say to everybody, listen, and this is what I teach. I say, look, here's what you should write down. And I don't like anybody going over a 30 debt to income. Put everything down that you pay for every month. Cell phone, car insurance, gas. Do you go to the movies? Do you go out to dinner? Food, cable. Every bill that you have, write it down. Now, take that mortgage payment, take that debt, then add all your other expenses. Dry cleaning. Now, do you have kids? They play baseball, school supplies, all that. And then tell me if you have any money at the end of the day. If you are at a 40% DTI, add up all your debts, then add all your other stuff that you pay, you're usually having negative at the end. And that's why I'm not a big fan of that debt end to back end debt ratio being at 40. I try to educate all of my buyers. Hey, look, let me show you where you're at. Yes, that house is nicer. Yes, you would love it. But do you want to live for that house? Do you want your whole paycheck just to pay that? Because you've got all these bills and then you got all this stuff that you do. What are you going to cut out? What are you going to stop to have that house? People don't realize the bills come every month, month after month after month. They don't stop coming, okay? And then what happens, like what you say, okay, people get in there. The realtors take advantage of them because they try to get them the biggest house they can afford. Go to a 45 back end. You can get approved. Your credit's strong. Why? Because the check-chasing realtors get the bigger commission check, right? The mortgage brokers, the mortgage brokers get the bigger check, right? They don't understand. They went and looked at a model home that was beautiful. When they buy the model home, they get nothing but white walls.
Well, tell them about, since you're the mortgage guru, tell them about when you go and you apply for the mortgage, and then they do the final credit check, and then
they went and bought a car. They bought a car. They bought furniture already.
Why isn't the realtor or the mortgage broker saying,
I do all that. I say don't buy anything. And then here's the best thing. Some of the other shit they always did was, I bought it, but it's buy now, pay later. I said it's still going to show on your credit. Don't buy anything. See, I tell everybody that. Zero.
I've seen that.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. So I'm like,
yes.
Darn it, man.
Yes.
It just.
And then they wonder, well, why can't I afford it? Because now you've got too much goddamn debt.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the young ones. That's the young bucks, man.
Yes, the impressionable ones. So then what happens is, which leads into they buy a house, and then you go in, and now you're struggling, and then you got the scumbag investors. Hey, let me take it off your hand. They're scumbags.
Well, this is a question I have with
Go ahead. I hate subject. All right, hold on. I got to let the people know. So what the guru is talking about right now, he was not a big subject to guy. He knew it, but didn't know it thoroughly. So like any good person, they investigated. Now, I've been screaming at the top of my lung for 30 years how much I hate this subject to. For those that don't know exactly what subject to is, I will explain it, and then the guru will talk about his investigation.
Well, we're installment.
Yes. All right. So what's subject to financing is this. It's very simple. Don't make it any more complicated than it is. You're taking somebody's payments over. Now, the deed will go from the seller to you, the investor. So if the guru is the seller and I'm the person doing it, I'm going to take his deed one of two ways. Either A, a quick claim deed, which is usually done in divorces, right? And you get no protection whatsoever. They're just signing the deed over to you. Right. Or, which is better, through a warranty deed, is when you go to the title company, you get title insurance, you insure, there's no other liens and judgments. So this stuff does take money. So now, the guru signs the deed over to me, and then I'm just going to make his payments. However, the loan itself stays in the guru's name, and he's fully responsible for it. There's none of this, I can prove I'm making the payments, you're not going to be liable for it. That's all bull crap. Trust me, I'm a lender. I know all the rules. I know all the regulations. That's all lies. They lie to the people that, no, once I take it over, it's my responsibility. No, it's not. Guru signed the note. He signed the mortgage. He's responsible for it. So now, Mr. Guru just gave me this house, and he's sitting there with nothing but lint in his pocket. Nothing but lint. And the loan is staying in his name. Now, the worst part about it is this. Now, I don't care what the gurus will tell you. Once the banks find out if you did this, there's an acceleration clause in every mortgage that says if you sell your house or transfer your rights or transfer your deed to somebody that we don't know about, we're calling our note due. What's the note? It's the IOU. It's the money. So calling the note due means this. Hey, Guru. Hey, Vinny. You did a subject to financing deal. We didn't approve that. Within 30 days, we want all of our money or we're foreclosing on the property. Goodbye.
Well, here's the timeout.
Go ahead.
Timeout. When they do call in the loan, what happens now with the PACE, that PACE guy, and with the homeowner? What happens? Is that broken?
No, okay. I'm going to tell you what will. All right, okay. Here's what will happen. If the lender calls the note due, okay, that's what it's officially called. They call so you have 30 days to pay that off. Okay.
Right.
Hold on.
What happens to the contract?
I'm going to get to it. So Now, the house will not get foreclosed upon in 30 days unless you live in a if you live in a non-judicial state, it won't take that long. Now, we live in a judicial state, so it will take longer.
What's not that long?
Oh,
it's not that long.
No,
6 months?
Non-judicial state, I guarantee it's probably 60 days. 90 at the most.
How about you throw some legal robots?
Not in a non-judicial state, I don't think you can. In a judicial state, yes, you can. In a judicial state, you can. All right, so now, here's what has to happen. Now, the lender is called the note due, okay? So you either, A, have to pay the loan off, right? Which obviously I don't believe anybody has that amount of cash.
Well, who has to pay the loan off? That's what I'm trying to ask. What do you mean?
The seller. It's in his name.
So the guy who did
he's got no response, nothing. Yeah,
well,
nothing.
What happens? He
walks away. Free and clear.
Okay. So he
no
has
legal obligations whatsoever. Nothing.
Okay.
So, he could...
That's
he could try and refinance it, right? If he has good credit and there's enough loan to value in there, he could refinance it as an investment property and refinance it and pay the note off if he's got enough time, right? He could do that, Right. But listen to me. Here's what I want to tell everybody who says, you're this guy too. The lender will never call the note due. They just want to get paid their money. I hear it all the time.
Well,
stop.
Stop. I don't know why anybody would
me either. But hold on.
I'm an installment contract.
Me too. So am I. I'm with you. But let me just say this, please. Let me just say this, okay? Okay.
I don't even know how. Okay.
I'll show you how it gets sold. But let me.
Salesman. No, I'm a pretty good salesman.
But let me just. I'm gonna get to it. But let me just say this. Let me get to this. The people that say they won't call the note due, right? Because the lender just wants the money. Let me. Okay, but let me say this. Let me get this point in. The point is, as a mortgage broker, you're the seller, okay? You're selling me the house. Here's what I had to do for you. I had to sign a 5, 6, 8-page application. I pulled your credit not once, but twice. I called your employment not once, but twice. I grabbed 3 months of your bank statements. I grabbed 1 month of your pay stubs, okay? I grabbed your bank statements, your W-2s. I made you sign an IRS 4506 or an 8821 just so if you try to commit fraud, I got your transcripts directly from the IRS. And you're going to tell me that bank makes you jump through hoops to make sure that you can qualify and pay us back, but you're going to go give it to somebody that they don't know, never heard of, never qualified, that they're going to call the note due because the payment's being made? Are you out of your mind? Are you out of your mind?
But here, the difference between a contract for deed
night and day,
and subject
totally night
to,
and day.
The contract for deed will have a balloon date. What I've been seeing, there's no.
No, you're
balloon.
just taking
These
over the
guys can
payments.
take this
They're
loan
taking
for 30
Listen, they're
years.
just taking over the payments. Whatever's left.
It's insane. It's insane. It's insane to me to do a subject to.
It's, in my opinion, here's the first off. I don't know any seller that has any type of intelligence that would ever do that, because you're giving away your property, right? You're giving away your property. You're getting nothing in return. The loan is staying in your name, and you got a due on sale clause over your head for the whole term of the loan.
Well, this young kid who was a vet, and he has a veteran's loan, this Pace guy comes in, does a deal, going to pay 1 month's rent and the next month's rent, and there's no balloon. And this
you're just taking over the payment. There is no balloons.
He can't buy another loan. I mean, he can't.
Of
buy
course,
another
because
house.
it's going to show up on his report.
Years, if that dope
yes, because it's going to show up on his report, and they're going to say, "Where's this loan at?" Right? I sold it subject to.
And if we came in on a contract for deed, that kid, that vet, he's a young kid, would be so much better off.
Way better off. What the question?
You know, you're killing the kid's borrowing ability until you make a decision. It's unbelievable to me. And this guy's getting away with it. It's unbelievable.
Absolutely. Right? Now, Guru, hold on for one. I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna put you on a close up, and if you can, ask a question. I want to go grab a piece of paper. It's sitting over here, but I don't want to go off camera and not be seen, like to have an empty space here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for this piece of paper. It's right there. I want to grab it, but I want to show you something about some of the guru lies that they talk about. But in the meantime, what else is some of the research?
Let me tell you about. Yeah, let me tell you. About. So, the Pace Morby, whatever the hell his name is, he goes in. The kid is this veteran. He might be 27, 28. He's distraught. He can't pay his payment. And so Pace goes in there. Yeah, okay, I'll make a payment or two. I'll do some neutral painting, and I'll put a renter in there. Well, like you said, he's probably doing a lease purchase, whatever he can do first, like a lease purchase, which is total bullshit. That's another day. And this kid is now trapped. He's at the mercy of Pace.
Yes,
asshole.
He is. Yep.
Him of this debt, whenever to go buy another house because he can. As soon as as soon as he pays off his veteran loan, he can go buy another one. But this Pace doesn't tell him. Listen, pal, you're screwed, and I have you. And I'm not letting you out until I want to let you out. And that's when you're going to ever own. You may not own another home until you're 60 years old.
That's correct.
That's all. I mean, if anybody comes into your academy and they want to do a subject to, you call me up and I'll bring a baseball bat and hit them upside the head. Because that is ridiculous.
You're exactly right. Okay. What I pulled out here, so I can show people what I have here. This right here is the Fannie Mae guidelines, okay? And I'll put a link to it down in the thing here. This here's the not only Fannie Mae but Freddie Mac, but also FHA and VA. They're all the same, okay? Now this says monthly debts paid by others. Now what I want to tell you is this: the gurus, including that guy who I don't even like saying his name because I can't stand him.
Yeah, I can't stand his name. Why do we give him publicity?
Okay. So now all the gurus will say the same thing. If you can,
he's a predator.
Absolutely, absolutely. So now they all say this: if you can prove that somebody else is paying the mortgage, you could go get another loan, and it won't count against you, right? Okay, right. That's what they all say. Okay.
Yeah, right.
All right. Listen, I have the Fannie Mae guidelines right here. I was a lender, everybody, a lender. Okay? I just want to read this. Now, that's true if it is non-mortgage debt. Meaning this: if you co-signed a car loan, or you co-signed a student loan, or you co-signed some credit cards, and the other person is making those payments, okay? And you can prove that other person is making those payments, and you're a cosigner, right? And your name's on it. Well, that will not count against you if you can prove the other person has made those payments. Okay. Now I think it's got to be for 12 months. Mm-hmm. I can read it, but I just want to show that's non-mortgage debt. Okay, hold on.
And remind me. Go back to the kid.
Okay. Okay. All right. Here, I'll write that down. Okay. Hold on.
Something.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So now let me read this. This is the actual Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac guidelines when debts are paid by others. Now, I'm going to strictly talk about mortgage debt. Mortgage debt. What's subject to it's a mortgage debt. Okay, you ready? Now, this is, can they be excluded from the PITI? Meaning, when this vet goes to buy another one, this is going to show up on his credit report, and he's got to qualify, and they're going to say, well, wait a minute, you can't, right? He goes, no, I sold it subject to. They're going to be like, you did what? Right? Okay, so let me read this. You ready? Here it goes. And I'm going to need to put a little bit of light on this, so bear with me. Okay. When a borrower is obligated on a mortgage debt, okay? Now, remember what we're doing here. I'm going to act like I'm the veteran, so I'm the borrower, and I want to go get a loan, right? I just sold it to you, Mr. Guru, right? So now I'm out from underneath it.
Right.
Now, 3 months later, I find a girlfriend and we want to go buy a house together. Okay? Maybe 6 months later. Okay, now, when a bar, maybe 9 months, maybe a year. Okay, yeah. When a bar is obligated to a mortgage debt, but is not the party who is actually repaying the debt. Because you're repaying it now, right? I'm not making the payment. You are.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
The lender may exclude the full monthly housing PITI payment from the borrower's recurring monthly obligations if. Now, these are the three things that have to happen where me, Mr. Veteran, can exclude it from my PITI and the bank won't care about it. What all the gurus tell you you can. Here's what I'm telling you. Here it is, right here, black and white. Well, it's actually in blue. Okay, number one, the borrower, me, is not using rental income from the property to qualify. Okay, well, I'm not getting any rental income. You are, right? You're making payments and you sold it under a lease purchase, right? So I'm not getting that. Okay, that's good. Okay, fine. Let's go to number two. There are no delinquencies in the last 12 months. Okay? Okay, so hopefully nobody paid it late. Okay? Now, on Fannie Mae's guidelines, by the way, this is truly the number one, but I saved it for the last. Okay? But it's the number one thing that's on here. So, and this knocks this.
Right.
I want you to listen to this carefully. You ready? The party making the payments, big word here, is, now it's two tiny little letters, but is it a huge word? The party making the payment is obligated on the mortgage debt. Now, when did you sign my mortgage documents? You didn't. So you are not obligated on the mortgage debt. Yeah. This is done for married couples that get divorced. That's what this is done for. Okay? All this is lying bullshit artists, gurus that steal people's money on YouTube. I'm the greatest of all. You're a scumbag that couldn't fucking tie my shoes. When it comes to creative financing, nobody could even come close to tying my shoes. Especially that guy.
Nobody.
Especially that guy. Who's a lying, I literally heard.
You mean the other guy?
You're the guru. The guru on YouTube. Guy says.
But this is the other, let me not forget.
Well, hold on. You wanted me to go back to the vet. You wanted to go back to the vet.
Yeah, I'm going to the vet. The vet's having the conversation with
the guru.
The bearded
scumbag. Let's call him scumbag.
And the vet goes to him, I cannot rent this house out less than a year.
Because he signed it.
Well, that didn't stop
of course not. He don't care about the vet.
Like of
course he don't care about the vet.
What do you mean? You're going to rent? I mean, the vet didn't say this. But I'm like,
he don't care.
There you go. There's the dual clause.
Right, but he don't care because he's going to get it.
No, he just
right.
It was like, then we talk about having not. Well, there's a saying is I can get knowledge from another man's knowledge, but I can't get wise from another man's wisdom. But you can get knowledge going to
Triangle Academy. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, go to Triangle Academy.
What? For
$59 a month.
Is it $59?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Not $59.99.
No. $59. And what he's talking about is the school that I teach at. $59.
Right. Like, we watch this stuff. And, of course, we have decades and decades of knowledge. So I'm watching this stuff, and I'm like, these kids or the young people or even older people that go to your academy, they don't have that yet.
Right.
They will. And I'm thinking... it's like Swiss cheese contract. There's so many holes.
Listen, once you sit somebody down and explain it to them, nobody nobody would ever do a subject to deal. No seller would ever do it.
No.
And matter of fact, most investors wouldn't do it. But the problem is they're not real estate investors. They learned one product in their life and they go out there and try and do it over and over. And they got to take advantage of people to do these types of deals. Let me tell you who does these. Do you know where most of these deals get done? People that are facing foreclosure. What they do is they go in, they get them current, they give them a couple dollars to move out, right? Say, see you later, right? And that's...
But they don't understand the contract.
Right,
they don't understand what they're signing.
Because these guys lie to them. Most of the time they're being lied to, right? They don't understand the contracts, right? And then they say stuff like this, as long as you prove that I'm making the payments, you'll be fine. I just read it to you in black and white. No, you will not be fine. The bank, once the bank finds out, they're going to call the note due. I hear this all the time. My guru did thousands of these deals and never got the note called due. And I can't find that one guru who did thousands and never got a call due, right? Listen,
I can't even believe they doing thousands.
Right,
I
listen.
don't even believe it.
Listen,
I don't believe
you've been doing this for 40 years yourself, right? Or almost 40 years like myself. You've talked to thousands of sellers and thousands of buyers. Is that reality? What they're... Right, exactly.
You know, and
they're marketers.
When you sell a contract for deed installment sale, it is when you educate your seller, it's a, you know, I don't like this word win-win, but it's about the closest
on a contract for deed, not a subject to, on a contract for deed.
Right. It's going to be about the closest you get because it is fair.
It's a win-win.
There's an exit. There's an exit strategy, and you know what you're paying. It's amortized, and you have that balloon date. So,
you see why I get so worked up over these damn things?
Yeah. Well, I got worked up.
Because
I didn't think I was going to
here's
get
the other
worked
thing. Here's the other thing. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, what me and the guru are going to do, we're going to do a reaction video. We're going to play him and the other fraud. Now, I don't want to call them frauds because they might be doing what they're doing, but here's why.
In your opinion,
my opinion. But let me tell you why I say why it's a fraud. Because they make more money selling programs than they ever make somebody rich.
Oh,
right? They don't change people's lives. The only lives they change is their own. So we're going to do a reaction video. We're going to watch it, but we're going to educate the people. Listen to what they're saying, and we'll give you reality. What does it mean? And the other thing, I guarantee you this, Guru, all the videos you watch, I guarantee you got no details of the deal. None. Right.
No.
Where's the details? Because the devil's in the details. Right?
No. The thing that I kept on thinking, you're going to tie this young vet up for years and years. You're going to.
Well, you know how I feel about taking advantage of veterans. That just blows my.
And it was in, I don't know. Does Arizona and the South and Texas attract?
It must be because it seems like that's where all these deals emulate from. Texas.
It seems like the smartest people are on the East Coast because right in the heart of the heartland or wherever in West and South, it just blows my mind.
See,
it blows my mind.
Well, here's the thing, though. I don't believe the majority of the stuff that they're saying, right? Because they never give you the details. They never. He's
leaving things out.
But you know what it is? He's doing it so that he can sell a program, and it's not just him. We're not. By the way, we're not just picking on this one guy. We're putting all of them in this because they're all the same. They all say the same stuff. They all say the same identical baloney.
But by the way,
we got a couple more minutes.
But yeah, we ought to put this stuff up and just critique them.
Well,
and I call it target practice.
Oh, it'll definitely be target practice. Well, we're definitely going to be doing that. I got to head to Florida to pick up my son from University of Tampa next week.
That's right.
So it'll be the week after,
and then I'll be down there.
Yeah. So next week, maybe we'll shoot. Maybe what we can do, Gurus, we could shoot another video maybe early tomorrow or late tonight, and then I can post that.
Well, not like.
All right, so maybe tomorrow before I leave. before I head.
What's
Tomorrow's
tomorrow,
Monday, and I can post. We can do something like that, and then I can post it next week because I'll be gone next week, so we won't have any content out there. So we'll work something out. But listen,
yeah, I just.
So listen. By the way, ladies and gents, we just literally touched the tip of the iceberg. We didn't get. Yeah, we're going to get deep into this stuff, and we're going to prove to you who all the phonies are. We're going to expose them. We're going to expose the bull crap that they feed you. We're going to educate you and teach you. Now, if you want to learn how to do all this stuff, $59 to Golden Triangle Academy. That's our sponsor. So it's easy to join. You can quit anytime you want, but you won't get any better information anywhere. So, and then if you want one-on-one training, you can call that guy. You can get a hold of him, right? Or you can get a hold of me. And we both offered some one-on-one hand-holding training. So if you like to deal with the other guy, he's around to help you, right? And, so, we can consult and help you with all your real estate careers. Because listen, we've been through,
and we're not going to kill you either. And
there's nobody that's been through more stuff.
It's
than
like
us.
you're there at the academy and helping people on a weekly basis. Man, go spend
it's a joke, right?
$59.
It's peanuts.
Go spend.
Peanuts.
I mean,
we got class every Monday night.
Go for 1 month. And then drop out if you feel like you don't.
It's real deal information.
What's it going to cost you?
$59? It's real information. It's real. It's an education. If you want to get into the real estate game, you want to get as smart as me and you that's seen everything done and can call these frauds out in 2 seconds. This is why we can call them out, because we know how all this stuff works. So, well, Guru, I'm glad we touched on it, because we got a lot to get into with this subject. And trust me, my friend, this pile right here is all subject to stuff. All of it.
Well, you got all
I got it all. I got it all. I got it all for every subject we talk about. I got piles waiting for us to go. So, all right, Guru, anything you want to tell the folks?
That's it. Have a happy Sunday, and I guess I have to
go
say
Birds.
Go Birds.
Yeah, go Birds. We got to win. So, no offense to any of the other fans out there from anywhere. Go your team. But here in Philly, we got to say go Birds. All right, Guru, listen. It was a good subject. We're going to get heavily into it coming up. So let's put our seatbelts on. Let's go. All right. Talk to you, buddy.
Brother.
Take care. Thanks.
All right.
See ya.
See you, man.